Hello students, now in this video we are going to discuss about 12th standard computer science chapter 9 list tuples sets and dictionary. In the previous video we discussed about what is meant by tuple, how to create a tuple and how to access the elements in a tuple. Now in this video we discuss about what is meant by nested tuples and how to write a programs using tuples. Okay, nested tuples means is nothing but a tuple within another tuple is known as a nested tuple. Okay, a tuple within another tuple is known as a nested tuple. Now you can see the examples and how to write a programs in nested tuples also. Okay, in Python a tuple can be defined inside another tuple is called a nested tuple. Okay, in a nested tuple each tuple is considered as an element. So we already learned no in list also a list within another list is known as a the list is known as a element of the particular list. Okay, the same way in tuple also each tuple is considered as an element. The for loop will be useful to access all the elements in a nested tuple. If you want to access all the elements in a tuple, then we can use a for loop. We already know why we need a loop. Loops are used for repeat some process again and again. Okay, now you can see here in this example toppers. Here the tuple is given as toppers. Okay, toppers equal to first one tuple. In this tuple is containing student name, standard, section and mark, average mark. Okay, Vinodini 11th 12th F 98.7. So this is one tuple. Okay, comma, and then one more tuple. Soundarya 12th H comma 97.5, and then next tuple is Dharani 12th F 95.3, and then next tuple is Sai Sri 12th G 93.8. So totally how many tuples is there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So all these tuples, this tuples are comes under the outer tuple. That is each tuple is considered as element of this tuple. Okay. This is known as nested tuple. A tuple within another tuple is known as a nested tuple. Okay. Here each tuple is considered as a element. So how many elements are present? 4 elements are there. Okay. So first tuple, that is Vinodini, Soundarya, Dharani, Sai Sri. 4 elements is there. Okay. Okay, now we are going to print all the elements present in this tuple for I in toppers. Okay, we are taking each element from the tuple toppers, and then print statement is used to print the tuple elements one by one. Print of I. It is going to print first it takes the first tuple, that is Vinodini 12th F 98.7, and then it print the second tuple Soundarya 11 12th H 97.5. The third tuple Dharani 12th F 95.3, and then Sai Sri 11th 12th G 93.8. Okay, so all the functions used in list can be applicable even for tuples also. Okay, so what are the functions are applied in list? That functions can also be applied in tuples also. Now you can see one example program for tuples. Okay, now we are going to write a program to swap two values using tuple assignment. We know what is meant by swap. Interchanging the value. Okay, interchange the value from one variable to another variable. If for example, in starting we are store the value a equal to 5, b equal to 10. So what output we can get? And then a equal to 10, b equal to 5. That is we are interchanging the value of a and b. Swap means interchange the value of the variables. Okay, now you can see this example. We are getting the input from the user. Okay, for that we are using input function. Here a and b are the variables. So we are getting values from the user. A equal to int input enter value of a. We already know the input function get the value in the form of string data type. So you want to convert into integer. For that we are using the int type here. Okay, so in the statement we are using two function, int and input. Okay, input function is used to get value from the user, and then int function is used to convert the string value into the integer format. Okay, and then next statement b equal to int input enter the value of b. In this statement we are going to get the value for b. Okay, so we just print the value of a and b. So before exchanging the value, what is the content is there? For that, we are printing the value. Print value of a equal to a and then slash n. We already know slash n is the escape sequence. It is used to give next line. Okay, value of b is equal to b. So within quotes, within double quotes, it's considered as a string data. Okay, that is message that can be displayed on the monitor. Here slash n is the escape sequence. It is used for move the cursor to the next line. Okay, so it just to print the value of a and b. What is the value you are given? That same value can be displayed. After displaying the value of a and b, next statement within bracket a comma b equal to within bracket b comma a. So this statement is going to interchange the value of a and b. We are giving the assignment b comma a. The value of b will be assigned to the variable a and then the value of a is assigned to the variable b. Okay, so a comma b equal to b comma a. So print value of a is equal to a comma. Now we are going to print the value of a and b. So what is the output you can get? We can get the output of interchange values. Okay, that is swapped values. Now you can see the output. Enter a value of a. So what is the value is given for a? 54. In this example program, what is the value is assigned for the variable a? 54. And then what is the value is assigned for the variable b? 38. Okay, so we just print the value of a and b. What is the value is there? 54 and 38. And then we are doing the interchange, that is a comma b equal to b comma a. After interchanging the value, again we are using print statement to show the value of a and b. Now you can see the value of a and b. The value of a equal to 38 and then value of b equal to 54. Okay, now we are interchanging the value of a and b. Next, in this program we are going to calculate the area and circumference of a circle whose radius is passed as an argument. Two values using tuple assignment. Okay, so we already know pi is the constant variable. We just assign the value pi is equal to 3.14. Okay, so in this program we are going to calculate the area and circumference of the circle. Okay, so for that we are using the function circle. So we are going to find the area and circumference. For that we are using the function name circle. Okay, when you are going to write a function, which one is the keyword? Dep is a keyword is used to specify the user defined function. Okay, so dep, after writing the keyword dep, we just use the function name. What is the function name here? Circle. Okay, circle. And then what is the parameter we pass to this function? Radius. Okay, for that we are using the variable r. Okay, the variable r carries the value of radius. And then what is the formula for circle? Pi r squared. So this formula can be written in the written statement. Written within bracket pi into r, pi r square, comma, and then circumference formula is 2 pi r, 2 into pi into r. Okay, so we calculate the area as well as circumference in the single statement, and then return statement is used to return value to the calling function. Okay, it returns the control to the calling function. And then it goes to the main program code. Radius equal to float of input, enter the radius. Okay, we are getting the radius value from the user. Maybe this radius value you are given either in the integer format or in the float numbers. Okay, so we just assign this radius value, get radius value from the user and store into the variable radius. Now we can pass this radius value to the function circle. So we are using the tuple. We already know in Python the tuple assignments is used to return more than one value. Usually a function can return only one value, but in Python we can able to return more than one value by using tuples. Okay, so here area comma circum, there are two tuple variables is equal to circle. Circle is the name of the function. We are passing the parameter radius to this function. Okay, so circle of radius. Now this is a function call statement. So when the control reaches to this statement, automatically the control transfer to the function circle and it assign the values of radius to r. Okay, so the value given to radius, in this example what is the value is given for radius? 5. The value 5 will be assigned to the variable r, and then and then it goes to the next statement, return pi into r into r. Here we substitute the value for pi 3.14 into 5 into 5. The values are calculated. What is the value you can get? 78.5. And then 2 into pi into r. 2 into 3.14 into 5. What is the value you can get? 31.4000. And then at last 2. Okay, so that value is calculated, and these values are written to the main function and stored in the variable area and comma circum. Okay, so the value 78.5 will be stored in the variable area, and then the value 31.40000002 will be stored in the variable circum. Okay, and then the next statement, print area of the circle is equal to double quotes. Okay, that is the area of the circle equal as the message is printed on the monitor, comma area. So here area is the variable name. It is used to show the value stored on this variable. What is the value stored? 78.5. Okay, that is displayed on the monitor. Okay, area of the circle, and then circumference of the circle is equal to circum. What is the value stored in the circum? 31.40000002. Okay, that will be displayed on this statement. Okay, now is it clear, ma? Now in this program you understand how the function can return more than one value in Python by using the tuple elements. Okay, here area comma circum, both of them is known as a tuple variable. We already know the tuple variables are declared within the parenthesis. Okay, normal parenthesis. Next program, we are going to write a program that has a list of positive and negative numbers. Create a new tuple that has only positive numbers from the list. Okay, so we are getting both positive and negative numbers. Okay, so from that list we are getting only we are separating only the positive numbers. Okay, so in this program we are assigning a single tuple. We are having both positive and negative numbers. Okay, so what is the output we can get? We get only the positive numbers from this set of numbers. Okay, so numbers equal to 5 comma minus 8 comma 6 comma 8 comma minus 4 comma 3 comma 1. How many elements are there? Totally 7 elements are present in this table. How many negative numbers is there? 2 negative numbers, minus 8 and minus 4. Remaining are positive numbers. Now we are going to take only the positive elements from this list. So positive equal to empty parenthesis. That is, we are going to create a empty tuple. Here tuple name is positive. Positive is equal to empty parenthesis. This statement is used to create a empty tuple. Okay, for I in numbers, we are taking each and every number from the numbers tuple. Okay, for I in numbers, if I greater than 0, so check the condition. When the number is greater than 0, then it can be added to the tuple positive. Okay, so when the condition is true, positive plus equal to I comma. We already know if we want to add a single element in a tuple, then we can use a single element and then comma operator. Okay, so here it first check the value. What is the first element present in this list? 5. So 5 greater than 0. Condition is true. When the condition is true, it added to the tuple positive. Okay, 5 will be added, and then again the control transfer to the for loop and take the second variable, second element. What is the second element? Minus 8. And then it check the condition minus 8 greater than 0. The condition is false. When the condition is false, the true block can be skipped. Again the control transfer to the for loop and take the next element. And the next element is, so next element is 6. 6 greater than 0. The condition is true. When the condition is true, it add this element to the list. Okay, so 5 comma 6 will be added into the tuple, and then it takes the next element. 8 greater than 0. Condition is true, so 8 is also added in the tuple. The same way it will check the condition. When the condition is true, the elements are added into the tuple. Otherwise the elements are not included in the tuple. Okay, and then after the completion of for loop, it goes to the print. So it shows the output, that is see this output positive numbers. It shows only the positive number. What are the positive numbers are there? 5 comma 6 comma 8 comma 3 comma 1. Okay, so all the negative numbers are omitted. How it can be omitted? With the help of if statement. If I greater than 0, each and every elements are checked before we added into the tuples. Okay, so when this condition is true, the positive elements are added in the tuple positive, otherwise the elements are omitted. Okay, so in the next class we discuss about what is mean by sets and what are the set operators are there. Okay, okay students, thank you.